Okay guys, morning. So this is day 3 of our medication for our Gumprax pit viper. When I got the snake, she had a bit of a hole in her, or a bit of a bump on her head, which subsequently developed into a bit of an abscess. When she last shed, the abscess and everything came out of her head, leaving quite a big hole in her head, which we've had to treat and get infections and that sorted out on. Subsequent to that, she developed another infection, which is in a poison sac, or not poison sac, a fang sac. So this is what I'm treating at the moment. As you can see here, there's a whole lot of the medicines here which I'm having to treat you with. I've got a betadine mouthwash over here, which is one of the things I have to treat her with. I've got a hydrogen peroxide. I've got the F10 for the wound on her head, and I have got a antibiotic injection which I'll give her at the end of the treatment. Once everything's been done, I'll go wash her mouth out because we can't leave the hydrogen peroxide in her mouth. But yeah, it seems to be working pretty nicely. Her mouth was quite swollen at one stage. The antibiotics are working, and as I say, this is day number 3, so it's the last day of the injection. But we'll carry on with another 7 days with the other treatment of the betadine and the hydrogen peroxide. So yeah, let me show you how this works. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is I need to get a head pegged so that I can work inside her mouth. It is a bit of a risk, it is risky. She is a venomous snake, so yeah, you're going to be pretty careful. But yeah, let's take it from there. Okay, good. Alright, I've got her head secured. Next thing is I need to get her mouth open so that I can work in it. Earbuds are pretty decent to work with.
You can ask me to hand it to you.
So here's the earbud. Then we pop it into her mouth to get her mouth open. There we go. Okay, so if you guys can look here, oh wow, this is healed up really nicely. There was a very, very bad infection over there. This has healed up very nicely. She had a lot of lesions, etc., etc. Those have been healed up nicely. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the progress of this. So let's start off with first, I'll start with the betadine cleaning. Here's the betadine. So it's just a case of, get the mouth open. I need something to open up the mouth with. Alright, so I've decided I'm going to inject her first because I need part of the syringe to put into her mouth here to keep her mouth open while I work in it. So I'm going to just hold it down, or no, hold it down here. Take the needle quickly. And just make sure where her head is. Alright, there we go. Now I can work with something. So that's the injection done. She didn't enjoy that too much, but you know, it's for her own good. Alright, so now let's open up her mouth so I can work in there. Alright, there we go. As you can see, I've got the mouth open now. I need to treat those fangs, especially on the left hand side, which is just below this hole here. I need to treat that on the left hand side. With a little bit of betadine mouthwash to get that nice and clean, a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, dab her up and all the rest of it, wash her face, wash her mouth out, and then she's good to go. So this is how we do it. So just a normal earbud, right it in one direction so that the fang doesn't hook anything. Nice and clean. There we go, you've got some gum coming out there, which is great. That's exactly what we want. So I'm quite happy about that. One Direction sweets. Is that over? Trick is you're gonna keep the head still and just mind your fingers. Don't get too clever because you will get nailed. So just make sure that head is secure and you know where the head is relative to your hands all the time. This is developing into a nice little sack here. The antibiotics, as I say, are definitely working, and yeah, so far so good. Alright, so now I'm just going to take this thing out of her mouth here. I'm going to put it down for a minute and just let it chill. But as I said, it is very stressful for them, so I'm just going to relax her for a bit and before we start with the next part of the procedure. Okay. Alright, so now it's procedure number 2. I dropped the piece that I was using on her mouth, so I'm using something else. It's actually a little bit better as well. It's not so close to her mouth. It's not ideal, but it is what I've got at the moment. Next thing is the hydrogen peroxide. Same scenario. Give the mouth a nice clean of the hydrogen. Also moving one direction. You don't want to sort of hook her mouth or hook her fangs or hook her teeth because they all sort of run backwards. So you don't want to hook anything and leave cotton wool or anything with peroxide lying in it. So yeah, you give it a nice clean, a little bit dab here. It might not be great, probably not very comfortable for her, but the important side of it is to get all those germs and bacteria out of there so that she can heal properly. So the injection is done, the betadine is done, this is almost done. As soon as I've done this, we'll leave her for a couple of minutes, let the hydrogen peroxide react and act properly and do what it's supposed to do, and then I will take her for a mouthwash, wash it under some fresh water, and then we should be done. Okay, that's it. So I'm going to leave it now for a couple of minutes. Leave it for a couple of minutes, let it chill for a bit, let the stuff take effect, and then take it for a mouthwash.